Hi, I'm Rebecca Brewer. When we switched to remote teaching, I was looking for a way to have my students do digital whiteboarding from home. That's when I discovered that I already had a way to do this for free through my Gmail account. So by clicking on your Google Apps, you'll see you have what's called Jamboard. Let's go through a few of them that I've created for a ninth grade biology course. So this first Jamboard is a card sort. So students would then select the select feature where they can move the cards around and then grab sticky notes and pick whatever color they want, describe what the phase is of mitosis, maybe give a description, which I won't do right now. And then they can take the sticky notes and put them underneath each of the phases of mitosis. So Jamboards have a pen feature, an eraser, the select feature you saw me use, the sticky notes. How I got all the images on here in the first place was via add image. So I first found this image in Wikipedia, turned it into separate cards in Microsoft Word and added letters beneath it. I also created the title and the directions in Microsoft Word and saved those each as separate documents. Then you could put kids into breakout rooms, make multiple copies of your Jamboard. If you look up top, you can see that you can just click the duplicate feature and make many of the same one. And then you'd share it with the students via over here. You can either enter in all their emails or do a copy link. The one thing I will point out when you do copy link, it's very important that you switch from viewer to editor. Otherwise, they're unable to change the boards. And then maybe after they get into their breakout rooms and work together on their Jamboards, you could randomly select one of the groups, and then they would use this laser feature, and then they could describe and circle things or underline things as they go through it as a whole class. So that's one way to use a Google Jamboard. Some other ones I've made more so for next year is with our ecology unit, we use the HHMI Biointeractive Gorongosa Food Web activity. So you're probably familiar with this. There's many different cards to work with. So I'd probably make a different Jamboard for each of the different groups with plants and animals, have them build their food web. They can use this pen feature then to like draw their arrows, and then they probably would use like the sticky notes then to label what the different trophic levels are, producers, primary consumers, etc. And then as a teacher, after they've built their food web and taken a snapshot, then I would jump into their Jamboard and introduce like an event card and have something impact the food web and have them show me how their model changes as a result of it. And that's what we would share out as a whole class. So other ways that I thought of that you can use Jamboard would be as your opening phenomenon for a unit. So being Michiganders, I thought next year I really want to try to do more local examples so kids are more invested in what the problem is. So Michigan bats having white nose syndrome and many other states experiencing this as well. But I figured I'd have them watch a little video and then introduce the Jamboard for them to put their sticky notes on here. So I put together a pseudo one just to give you an idea of what this may look like next year. So kids would have first, of course, added their sticky notes with any color, but then as a class, as we organize them, you can see you can always change the colors of your sticky notes. We could put them into different categories, come up with little separate titles, and then as a whole group, come up with what is our driving question or questions for the upcoming unit. So those are just a few ways that I've thought of that we could possibly use Jamboard. I'd love to hear other ways, so please share out and have fun jamming.